Hello, Raven fan. Excuse me. You gotta be better coming on camera. I feel like I'm always coughing or sneezing. So, good evening. Good evening, Raven fans, Oriole fans. Thank you for joining us tonight for a little post-game reaction, breaking down the Ravens and Jaguars. Instant reaction. So thank you for joining us tonight. Obviously, a lot of us just watched the game tonight. So coming at you late, a little Sunday night football. Let me be the first this week. Merry Christmas to all of you out there. This is our first time Christmas week. So thank you. Happy Christmas. I'm sorry. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Advent. Happy New Year. All rolled into one this week. So thank you. Thank you. Wherever you are, I hope you're celebrating the holiday season with us. Also, Genesis Notary Services /Facebook.com. We are open during the holiday season. Thank all of us that's called Genesis Notary Services. We appreciate it this week that have done that. Obviously, went over that. ravorisports.company.site. Definitely last chance this week to get that Christmas gift for your loved one. So a lot of you have been on. So thank you very much for that as well. And also speaking of the new year, we're going to ring in the new year with our last video of 2023, which is going to be our best of 2023 Baltimore sports. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. Well, let's go ahead and get it going here with a celebration. So a victory tonight for the Ravens, 11-3. So they are outstanding. They went ahead now. It marked this one down 23-7 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Very impressive in front of the whole league tonight. I was very impressed. I was more impressed with this. That was a great game last week. This was a more impressive victory. I thought all the way around. I thought they really were the better football team against a good football team on the road, a team that's probably still going to the playoffs with Jacksonville. So they were very impressive. I thought they were very sharp tonight. Overall, some things didn't go right. You know, it wasn't perfect. It never is. But I thought it was good stuff tonight for the Ravens. This is official now. The Ravens clinch a playoff spot. So now they are the first team in the AFC to clinch with their 11-3 record. They will for sure be in the playoffs. So now you are the number one seed all alone in the AFC. So let's go over the game tonight. What do we see tonight? Let's start on offense as we usually start on offense. I was more impressed actually with Lamar tonight than I was last week. And I thought he was good last week. The stats were good last week. I thought this was right in his wheelhouse. Like this, getting away from defenders, moving the ball. He's now using his speed in the pocket. Now he's keeping his head downfield. And of course, he has that ability to run. He had a couple really big runs tonight. Several runs over 10, 15 yards. So I was more impressed with Lamar Jackson tonight than I was last week. And he had a 300-yard game last week. So very, 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 very impressive from Lamar. Clearly the best quarterback in the game, clearly the best player on the field. Excuse me. Bad news. Keaton Mitchell. That looked bad. As soon as he was there, held his knee on the ground, hurt his knee, looked like had to go off on a car, couldn't put weight on it. That didn't look good. I don't know if we're going to see him anymore this year. Let's hope that it's better than it looked, because he went down quick, didn't get back up. You could see it's one of those deals like you can tell by the reaction of his teammates and other. That didn't look good. So that was unfortunate that happened. So Keaton Mitchell was hurt. Marcus Williams was also injured. That one doesn't look as severe, at least on camera initially, Marcus has had a tough year in terms of injuries. He's really been fighting through it. I thought he started to look better. Finally made a big play there, and it cost him, and he got hurt. And then it looked like he made a good play, but it wound up costing him hurt. You could see him. He was holding it. He was holding that calf pretty good, holding that ankle pretty good on the play. So looks like he got hurt there. Isaiah Likely really looked good. That I agree totally with Chris Collinsworth. That might have been the best play of the year, one of them in the league. Lamar, if you didn't see it or see the whole thing on this particular play, third quarter, Lamar spins away from a defender, going ahead like that, spin away from him again. Then there nearly gets him. He throws it to Isaiah Likely, high pointed the ball. Likely goes up and gets it over two defenders and catches it. Just insane stuff. They wound up scoring from that and winning the game. Isaiah Likely's coming along. It's taking them a minute to build that chemistry. He's been throwing for so long, for so many years to Mark Andrews. It's taking a minute tonight. Wide receivers really didn't do a lot tonight. Not a lot of stuff that they did to the wide receivers. A lot of throws to the back, a lot of stuff. Other guys, Bateman, I thought was more effective tonight. A couple throws, they did have the touchdown to Beckham, but a lot of. I thought Isaiah Likely was the guy tonight. I thought Isaiah Likely was the guy that really showed up and played well tonight as well. Offensive line is concerning. Ryan Stanley's not getting it. He's limping good. I think they're kind of being kind when they're saying his injury. He's not playing well. I think like you're pretty close. I saw it last week, and I didn't hear it talked about a lot, but he was benched. And I think Harbaugh sat him for a series. Macchiari's played in. I think we're going to see Macchiari play a whole game pretty soon here. He left with a concussion, probably. That's an absolute concern. Morgan Moses apparently has an injury. He sat out a series. Morgan Moses looks fine to me on the field for the most part when I've seen him this year. With Morgan Moses, to me, looks fine to me for the most part when I have seen him this season when he's on the field, even though if he has to sit or he's fighting through an injury, where Ronnie Stanley just doesn't look good. Ronnie Stanley, he had all types of problems with Trayvon Walker tonight. Was getting beat at the punch, couldn't do things. Chris Collinsworth was like, well, it's his foot, he's injured. It didn't look good at all. Linderbaum has been outstanding. John Simpson has been really good, much better than I expected. And also to Kevin Zeitler has been pretty good. Came out, I think he came out for like a play or two, but he was good. Offense was good overall. Like to see what happened to Keaton Mitchell. Defense, I think it was so telling. You heard it right on the broadcast if you watched the broadcast. Watch 14! Watch 14! Like that's exactly what Trevor Lawrence was yelling about. Watch 14! Watch 14! Kyle Hamilton's all over the field. Kyle Hamilton is it is Matabuke and Kyle Hamilton just stole the show on defense. I mean, both of those guys, it's clear what they were doing. I don't know if it was strategy or just their strength, but they were staying away from the middle. You didn't hear a lot of Roquan tonight. You didn't hear a lot of Patrick Queen. They kind of stayed on the edges, and it didn't work. Kyle Hamilton was fantastic. Justin Matabuke was fantastic. So those guys are outstanding. Regino Stone, you put him in again. Not worried about that, even though you missed Marcus Williams as well. Not as much sacks from the edge rush, but that's okay because you're definitely getting pushed from the pocket. Lots of good blitzes. I thought the defense, and I think they made a mistake going after Brandon Stevens. He had the one PI foul. I think that was the first one I've seen him get all year, and I don't think it was a foul. I think it was a bad call. Brandon Stevens is fantastic. Marlon looked much better tonight. That looked like more like the Marlon Humphrey that we've been seeing that we know. So it was much better from Marlon Humphrey tonight on defense as well. So I thought the defense looked pretty good. Talk about Jacksonville a little bit. Jacksonville, I think, is a little bit away. I think they're not quite at the Ravens level. I think they're almost there. Trevor Lawrence, whenever I see him, he's I can say this. I don't know how hard he works in the offseason and all that other stuff, but he seems like the antithesis of Lamar. He has all the physical tools, but he makes little fundamental stuff. He could throw. Lamar's strength isn't throwing outside of the numbers deep, but Lamar every time hits these safe stuff, the flat and all that stuff. Like Trevor Lawrence can do that, but he misses the flat, or he misses a man deep, or he misses fundamental throws. He has trouble with that type stuff. Those are things that he's not doing well. He doesn't do those things well. They're not a complete team yet as far as being elite. And I thought they have some good players. Travis Etienne is fantastic. Calvin Ridley, I think, helps a lot. Not having Christian Kirk hurt a lot. They're kind of like Chargers light, in my a better version of the Los Angeles Chargers. They have players, they have talent. They're just missing that thing. They're better than they are, but they don't look like a Super Bowl team. They just don't. They do not look Super Bowl effective like the Ravens do, as far as that goes. Trayvon Walker was good tonight, and Josh Allen's been good all season. So I think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll challenge the Ravens. So next week, we got it going on Christmas night. So the last present you will get on Christmas night is the Ravens going against the 49ers for what the two best records in the NFL. So definitely check us out there. We will have our full podcast on Wednesday night. So definitely check us out. Watch us on all of our social media content. We will see you Wednesday night. Ravens with the victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars. We will see you on Wednesday night. Have a good day.